Hello everyone, welcome to Marky Big Smoke. Thanks for joining me, really appreciate it. Yesterday I completed the far bed, day before the middle bed. Today I'm going to do the other half, which is this side here. You can see the length of wood down the edge. There we go. Half the bed on the right, pathway in the middle, full bed on the left. Now what I've got to do is get a bit of goodness and enrichment into this soil underneath before I put a weed barrier over it. So this stuff is like kind of straw slash manure, obviously was bedding or something for the horses, not well rotted. I'm still going to put it in because it will rot down. I'm going to put that on, a light layer of that plus a sprinkling of fertilizer pellets over this bed before we then put cardboard and then another layer of mulch on top of that. The first thing I'm going to do is wet the soil. And what I'm hoping is the worms will come up and mulch it in, dig it in, pull it down. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to chuck some pellets on top of that. Not too many. This is to help enrich the soil underneath. Just going to finish watering this. And then I'm going to tread it down. The next job is to cover this with a mulch. Just going to put a few more of these and then I'll bring you back. The cardboard is the weed barrier. What I want to do with this is want to be mulched down over time. And I'm just pulling a little bit. Now this is probably nowhere near enough, but at the moment, that drawing that I was referring to, these three beds are three of the bottom beds that are down the bottom, basically, as you look at the drawing. And this is the centre pathway going up there. It doesn't matter at the moment that it's not all perfectly in place or aligned. It's going to be a development, a plan in progress. And I've had to put these pallets on top to stop the foxes digging up everything. I'm going to move this structure and take it out the way, up the back of the allotment plot. Over there, probably on the access path for the moment. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, probably take it apart and reuse it. And then I'm going to develop that part there with the overgrown sort of seeds and bits and bobs. There's the structure now in separate parts. There and there and there. And I'm going to reuse all of that. So this is the base for the structure I've just taken down with my son Matt, and it's made up of small flagstones, 50 by 50 or something like that, and we're now going to take them up, take them back to the plot holder whose they belong to. So we've got a nice clear end of the site to this end. Okay, so the plan I showed you earlier is beginning to come together for this half plot that the plot holder said I can do what I want with. And you can see at the bottom here we've got the curve round and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds in the middle, 6 beds inside the curve, and a wide pathway. That wide pathway is this pathway here, and these are the beds. So I'm going to walk along to the other side and walk around what is going to be the curve. So the curve will start from about here, and forget these canes, I'll have to walk around that for now. There will be a pathway here forming that curve basically, So this will be a metre wide pathway which I'm going to fill with flowers eventually, and then it follows all the way around here and all the way past the centre pathway, and you can see it's a curved shape all the way around to this side and finishing over here, and that'll be the shape of the 6 beds. Will help form that pathway, and then there'll be another pathway up there, and that's basically how far we've got to at the moment. The next job, now we've dismantled that structure, is to mark out the other beds coming down here and the beds up there. I don't know if you can see, but I've marked out the rest of this side of this the half plot. You've got your beds along there, 1, 2, 3 and a half, squash, narrow pathway, last little bed here. You can see I've put two rows of logs, because this is according to my drawing where the beds are along there. You come in and start going around the first semicircle path along here. This is the area I'm going to be working on today. So I'm going to channel out this pathway here. I'm going to channel out some of this pathway, I might do all of it, and turn the soil over into these 2 beds here, this one here and that one there. Path dug, bed dug, half a bed dug. You can see how that's going to marry up with that bed. This is the path that's going to marry up with that path that comes around in a semicircle. And this bed here, I've got to put cardboard and mulch on top of that. That's just turned over from the pathway. Small corner bed, pathway. Bed continues over there. And it's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from her. Bye. See you next time, little Miss Sunflower.